Now I'm about to enter the bite zone and get sprayed with acid by the world's largest ant. Right there, my finger, guys, on 3. There may be some blood involved. Ah! All right, guys, in this video, I am on the hunt for the world's largest ant, an insect that's nearly twice as big as a bullet ant. And if I find one, my goal today is to figure out if it's twice as painful. Let's get searching. Looking for these giant ants is just gonna be a process of covering ground here at this coastal rainforest in Borneo. This area of the world is one of the most biodiverse places on the planet. There are all kinds of species that live out here, like tens of thousands of species of insects. There are countless species of frogs and lizards, a lot of snakes, and of course, even in the canopy, you could see something like an orangutan out here. This is seriously one of the coolest environments in the world to explore if you're into wildlife. But right now, all I'm into is giant ants. Let's keep our eyes to the ground so we can find one. Seems like good habitat for a big ant. Oh, here we go. Big carnivorous pitcher plants. These plants eat insects and small animals. And what they do is they actually emit a scent that will draw in the insects or some kind of creature looking for a tasty meal. This little door, like a drawbridge, will slam shut, and then that plant will seal, secrete enzymes, and digest the insect or the victim. Super cool. Great find out here looking for giant ants. So let's keep looking. I think it's starting to rain here. Rain on the canopy, but the canopy's so thick you can't feel a drop, especially when you're sweating this much. My gosh. And these ants are big, guys. Like, you will notice them. I would guess if you just stood silent in the forest, you could probably hear them walking. They're so big. Here's another trail. Way more clear. I like this trail. You guys want to take this one? Further into the forest for the giant forest ant. Whew. Oh, guys, I got an ant. I got an ant. Oh, don't lose it. I'm keeping my eyes on it. Got it. Oh, buddy. That's our first giant forest ant. But here's the thing. This is a worker ant. This ant is less than half the size of the soldier that we're trying to find. Okay, let's keep looking. Watch the pitcher plants, guys. There's lots on the trail here. Try not to step on them. Oh, I got one right there. Big ant, huge ant. It is enormous. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that ant. Are you kidding me? Wow. Whoa, it just jumped at me. All right, I gotta get in the jar. Gotta get in the jar. Okay, come on. Yes! Oh, we got one. Yes! Look at the size of that giant forest ant. Are you kidding me? Oh. That is a whopper. That is the biggest ant I have ever seen. Easily chunkier and more sizable than a bullet ant. Wow. All right, let's get somewhere. Let's get somewhere in the clearing and set up the bite table. Got one. All right, guys. Sting table is set. Or by the looks of those jaws, this is a bite table. We have our 2 giant forest ants right here in each container. And the reason I wanted to bring up the smaller worker ant is just so we could see the size difference of these 2 really large insects. The soldier, easily 3 times as big, maybe 4 times. That's why we're gonna put this worker ant aside and get the cameras in close so we can take a macro look at this huge soldier. Okay, here we go. Based on everything I've been able to dig up and research, by weight, the giant forest ant of East Asia is the largest ant on Earth. You typically don't think of ants being this large. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna see if this ant indeed has a stinger, to see if this is a bite and sting test or just a bite test. I can tell you right now, just by looking at those jaws, this is definitely going to be a bite test. But let's get it out of the capsule and examine it for a stinger. Look at that, you see the abdomen swing?
Oh yeah.
Can't see a stinger, but there's really only one way to find out. Almost twice the size of a bullet ant. Let's see if it packs the same punch with its stinger. 1, 2, 3. Giving it every chance. Nope, nothing. And just for clarity, guys, I already knew it wasn't gonna sting, because these ants have another very unique defense mechanism. Instead of inflicting a sting on any attacker, what they actually do is secrete formic acid. When they bite, they inflict so much damage, they're able to create an open wound, and then they can paint that formic acid in the wound, and it's supposed to burn like crazy. So that is what we're gonna be testing out today on this bite sting test. A sting that's delivered by creating an open wound and then throwing acid into it. Whoa, this is gonna be one for the books. It's time. It's time to enter the bite zone and the acid zone with East Asia's giant forest ant. Here we go. All right, guys, take a look at the jaws of this ant. Seeing those jaws is sending shivers up my spine, guys. This is going to really hurt. And the thing I'm most worried about is not only how bad the bite's going to be, but how long the jaws of this ant are going to be latched onto my finger. A lot of the locals out here will call these giant forest ants suture ants, because once they bite, they clamp down and do not let go. The folklore is they used to use these to close wounds. So instead of stitches or staples, they would just use the head of these massive ants. All right, guys, so like always, we're gonna rate this ant on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. I think the bite of this ant is going to be immediately painful. There may be some blood involved. This is gonna be brutal. You guys ready?
We're ready, Mark.
I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the bite zone and get sprayed with acid by the world's largest ant. Right there, my finger, guys, on 3. 1, 2, 3. It just bit me twice. That wasn't a good bite. I gotta put it back. Hang on, I gotta get it back on. Did not lock down. Hang on. It's not the bite. All right, here we go again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's getting me now. Let go again. Wow. It definitely has the power to bite hard. All right, I gave that ant multiple chances to bite me. It does not want to bite. It gave me a warning bite on the top, another little bite. I don't know if you can see that right there on my finger. Tiny slices. The jaws are razor sharp, but it's not locking down. I'm really shocked. I'm really surprised. Like, looking at this ant, I thought it was going to just savage my finger like the leafcutter ants that I've experienced in Costa Rica. But let me see if I can paint a little acid. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's definitely something there. Whoa, I can definitely smell it too. It's kind of like a vinegar smell, different, but that's the closest thing I can relate it to. And it burns, definitely has a burning effect. I could even see some redness. Yeah, you can see the discoloration. You getting that on camera?
Oh yeah.
It's turning like a yellow, almost like instantly turning the blood like a black brown color. Weird. That's crazy. I expected a lot more from the world's largest ant. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A little bit of a letdown, but for good measure, let's rate the giant forest ant on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Roll it. For intimidation, I can't imagine a more intimidating ant. It's literally the biggest ant based on weight in the entire world. And those steak knife mandibles, along with its bulldog reputation of never letting go during a bite, I have to award this giant forest ant a 9.2 out of 10. For pain, its jaws were sharp and easily sliced through my skin, similar to the leafcutter ants of Central America. However, this ant wasn't interested in locking down and released its bite only after a few moments. So while it was painful at first, it does not compare to those leafcutter ants. And the acid that went in the wound, let's just say the sting from that was painful, but not enough to add too much to the score. So all in all, it gets a 5.3 out of 10. The aftermath was surprising. The acid itself didn't cause any adverse inflammation or swelling, and the wounds from the bite quickly resolved and healed by the end of the day. So the real surprise here is that the world's largest ant by weight couldn't deliver much damage given every opportunity to do so. And for that, it gets a surprisingly low aftermath score of a 2.3 out of 10. And if you combine all of those scores together, the giant forest ant officially ranks at a 5.6 on the Brave Wilderness PSI. Whew, look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave. I'm about to enter the sting zone with the bullet ant. Ah! I'm about to enter the bite zone with the leafcutter ant. Here we are in the jungles of Costa Rica for the ultimate showdown between the 2 most painful ants in the world. We've got the bite of the leafcutter ant versus the sting of the bullet ant. And I'm here to determine which of these 2 is the true king of pain. Ah! Before we start our face-off, we have to track down our contenders. First up are the leafcutters, which are famous for slicing up plants and marching the pieces back to their nest. These worker ants carrying the leaves are incredibly strong, capable of lifting 20 times their own weight. They harvest these parts to use as compost that grows a fungus to feed the entire colony, including their defenders called soldier ants. Leafcutter soldiers have no stinger at all, but instead use their massively oversized jaws like butcher knives to slice through anything standing in their way, including human flesh. I have personally witnessed a single soldier saw through skin to the bone in just a matter of seconds, and that is why it will be our first contender. To find them, all we have to do is follow this trail of ants back to their underground lair. Here we go. This is it. This is the entry point to the nest. You can see the leaves are disappearing here. Up in this clearing, there's going to be other entry points. That's where the soldiers are going to be waiting to ambush. Oh yeah, see multiple entry points. All right, we want to be very gentle with our steps around these openings because as soon As we disturb this area with vibrations, these ants are gonna swarm us. These colonies can span 100 feet in diameter underground. So that's pretty much all of the visible area here in this clearing. There are millions of ants below our feet right now, including those dominant soldier ants. These are the biggest and baddest ants that you could imagine. All right, guys, get ready. So this is the same as knocking on the door, and trust me, we are not welcome. Oh, here they come right here, look at that. Giant soldiers. If you don't pay attention, they will be all over your body. We're here to collect 5 soldier ants for the bite test. All right, there's one. Okay, we got one. We are getting absolutely swarmed by these ants. Look at them covering my boots. All right, they're covering. I know, you guys watch yourselves. Stand back a little bit. They come out of the hole with their mandibles open, ready for pain. All right, I got 3.
They're all over your boots.
Oh, oh gosh, he's already got me. 4. One just got on my back. They're already up my legs. Oh, God, he got me. Oh, okay, how many do we have? I got 5. All right, let's get out of here, come on. I got one on my back. I sliced my back. All right, seriously. Oh, you got them all over you guys. Got them all over your boots.
Oh, Matt, one just crawled in your pocket.
Oh, Mark, there's one on your shoulder.
He's biting me, look at that. Yes, they can definitely bite through your clothes. There is no negotiating with these ants. They only mean to seek and destroy. It's time for round 1. Let's go to the bite table and get this action started. All right, welcome to the bite table. Here we have in our jar 5 soldier leafcutter ants, and oh boy, are they angry. Let's get a closer look at the business end of one of these soldiers. Man, these ants just make you nervous. They are so incredibly strong. Let's take a closer look. Andrew, you got a good shot? It's like having a pair of garden shears on your face. They are razor sharp. We're going to attempt to recreate a swarm of ants on the top of my hand and then see if I can withstand their bites for 60 seconds. Please do not attempt to recreate what you're about to see. Matt, let's put 60 seconds on the clock.
60 seconds.
All right, here we go. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the bite zone with the leafcutter ant. Here we go, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that one's got me. All right, they're all in, start the clock.
60 seconds starting now.
Oh, they're breaking the skin. Man, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. What's the time? 30 seconds left. They're just annihilating my skin, just popping holes. Oh, it's like razor pinches. They're just like slicing through my skin like butter. Give me a countdown. It's gotta be close. All right, 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't move your hand. 3, 2, 1.
Get them off. God, they won't come off. They just bite harder. Get off me. Oh, that was so bad. So many bites. That was so much more intense than I thought. I thought there was no possible way that a leafcutter ant bite could even come close to comparing, but I don't know. Bullet ant stings up next, but that's the most uncomfortable thing I have ever experienced. The sheer willpower to just like look away and let that happen. I hope you guys got good shots because I never want to go through that ever again. All right, so let these ants go and get back on the hunt. Even with fresh wounds on my hand, there was no time for a break. My turn to face the sting of the bullet ant had arrived. Bullet ants are one of the largest ants in the world and are legendary for having the most painful sting in the insect kingdom, rating above cow killers, tarantula hawks, and the infamous murder hornet. It has also earned itself the nickname the 24-hour ant
because the excruciating pain from a single sting can last an entire day.
Let's let these ants back off into their nest. There you go. Round 1 of the most painful ant showdown is in the books. I've got some battle wounds to show for it. Now it's time for round 2, the sting of the bullet ant. I've got some good news and bad news. The bad news is, for me, this is definitely gonna happen. The good news is, we don't have to go very far to find our bullet ant. Literally on top of the leafcutter ant colony, there is a bullet ant nest right here at this tree. I have never seen this before. All I have to do, give a little knock on the door. Check this out. Oh, here they come. Can you get your microphone close? Hear them making their battle cry. Oh, they're angry. We just need one ant. Here we go. Oh, we got 2 on there. Oh, see if we can get one to climb off in it. All right. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, geez, that was close. All right, we got an ant. And just like that, we are ready for round 2. The time has come for the second contender. Those leafcutter ants meant business, but those are flesh wounds. This is venom. Let's get the bullet ant out of the jar so we can get a closer look at exactly what we're dealing with here. All right, I'm just gonna let it crawl onto the table. Got it. Oh man, my heart is definitely racing a million miles a second right now. These ants are not to be taken lightly. Some ants just bite, but some ants sting, and this is the king of sting. Oh, ah, did you see that? Jumped right off the forceps. Let me grab it again. Be good, be good. Okay, got a better grip that time. Oh man, okay.
He looks angry.
Very angry. The panerotoxin in this ant stinger is ranked #1 on Dr. Schmidt's sting index. And I'm not just gonna take one sting today. I'm about to take it on for 60 seconds. Oh man, this is gonna be painful. Please do not attempt to try this at home. 60 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Camera's rolling, camera's rolling, camera's rolling. I'm Mark Binns, and I'm about to enter the sting zone for 60 seconds with the bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, you see the stinger going in? Oh, you got that shot. Oh, ah! Oh, that hurts. Oh, the stinger's still in me. Ah!
Mark, we gotta stop the clock every time you take
All right. Oh man, it really burns.
You have to hold it on there for a whole minute.
Oh yeah. You can see the stinger going in the skin. You see that? Oh man, and he's just like working it in. Oh my gosh.
30 seconds.
Oh, the stinger's in there, just pumping me full of venom.
Mark, you okay?
No. It's hot. Oh yeah, you see the stinger going in and out? It's getting me again. What's the time?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
Oh, I'm bleeding. Where the stinger is in, you guys see that? Oh, dude, I'm telling you what, that is searing pain. My arm is on fire right now.
Describe the pain.
It's hot. It's hot, it's pulsating, it's electric. My skin is just like rippling with pain. You can see it drew blood. The stinger was in the skin, just pumping me full of venom. Do you see it pull out there at the end? That was insane. They say it's like being shot by a bullet. This pain is rumored to last for like 24 hours. The sting is getting worse by the second.
So which one's worse?
The acute pain of those leafcutter ant jaws really hurt. This is different though. This is getting worse. Like you could see the redness is starting to really flare up. Like look at all the capillaries dilating there. Wow. In terms of the showdown, I don't know, what do you guys think? What'd you think was worse?
Just based on your pain reaction and the bites, I think leafcutter ant.
I mean, this was no walk in the park. This did not feel good for a second, but those leafcutter ants, that is something I never, ever want to go through ever again if I can help it. All right, guys, it's getting dark. Let's release the ant and head back to camp. As we made our way back to the nest to release the bullet ant, the swelling and searing pain increased dramatically, and I was starting to think that I had declared the winner of this ant vs. ant face-off far too soon. All night long, my arm was riddled in bone-crushing pain, and it took everything I had to hold back from screaming out in agony.
I maybe got like 2 hours of sleep last night, guys. This bullet ant sting just kept me up all night long.
For what it's worth, I feel my experience has proved the rumors true. The pain became much more intense before getting any better, and the visual swelling and itching alone were shocking. It took multiple days for all of my symptoms to subside, and if it were up to me, I'd rename this species the 48-hour ant. So I had to do the right thing and return to the table. Well, I, for one, am never too proud to admit when I am wrong. And in terms of yesterday's verdict as to which was worse, I was wrong. Look at my arm, guys. I am in so much pain right now. And look at this. The redness extends all the way from my wrist to almost my elbow. It truly feels like a broken bone.
Wait, Mark. So, are you changing the winner from yesterday?
No question. No question. I have never felt pain like this from a sting. This is the worst sting I have ever experienced in my life. The bullet ant is the true king of pain of this rainforest. Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave.
What's this ant? What's that? I've never seen an ant like that.
Oh, he's got jaws.
Whoa, sure does. Okay, we gotta get a closer look at this.
Oh, here we go. Jar. Okay, I don't need the net. Look at that.
He's got it's like a hammerhead ant. You guys see that? Here, let me see if I can get it. Just come here. I mean, it looks like it bites, but I wonder if it stings. I've never seen an ant like this. Okay, see if we'll just crawl up. This is a good, got him.
Whoa. Whoa, what is this?
Whoa. Guys, get in here tighter with the camera. Can you get a shot of those mandibles?
Yeah, those are huge.
Whoa. It looks a lot like a bulldog ant, a little bit smaller, but like same body shape. I wonder if it stings. All right, let me try something real quick. I had a feeling I might need these. Let's see if we can spot a stinger. If we spot a stinger, this might be our creature for this video. Whoa, look at that. Oh yeah, I see a stinger flying. Oh yeah, definitely stinging away. Like its mandibles go all the way out 90 degrees. Looks like it's like a hammerhead ant. That is crazy. Man, I think we might hit the jackpot with this, guys. You hear that? That thing just snapped. Let's see if we can get cell signal. I want to find out what this is. Guys, I don't have service. We're gonna take this ant with us, mark this location. We're gonna head back up with I'm calling it the hammerhead ant for now, to see exactly what it is that we just discovered. Let's go. There we go. Woo! All right, finally got some service. Let's see what we got. Guys,
What is it, Mark?
I think we got a good one. You guys will take a guess at what this ant is named? It's not a hammerhead ant, just to give you a hint. What do you think?
The vice grip ant.
That's pretty close, actually. What do you think, Asa? Anything?
The jaw cutter.
Jaw cutter, no. I like that name though. It could easily have been that. However, is this the ant? That's the ant, right? Right there?
That looks just like it.
Okay, you guys are gonna love this name. Drum roll, please. What we have found this morning is the trap jaw ant. And get this, it has the fastest bite of any animal on the planet. That's what we were hearing this morning. That clicking sound is because they are able to shut their jaws at such velocity that it makes an audible clicking noise. I cannot believe I've never heard of this species before. And I'm reading here that it has the fastest appendage of any animal, let alone the jaws. The fastest appendage of any animal, snapping its jaws shut at 145 miles an hour. Everything's talking about the bite though. Let me make sure it can sting. Oh, here we go. Yes. We were right. We were seeing a stinger. It can absolutely sting. In fact, here's a quick article. It says top 25 most painful stings in the world. Right there, trap jaw ant. This is a perfect candidate for today's mystery creature for the bite sting index. Let's go set up our table and get into it. All right, got our table. Got a few things in my pack that I need to get out. Okay, don't need that. Do need a couple of things though. First things first, it's a nice little, it's probably a better capsule for that ant. Got some forceps. And the most important thing, first aid. Oh, can't forget the adventure fuel. Get a little drink. Oh yeah, man. Stuff really helps so much after hiking all day. All right, I need to get all important. Got the EpiPen. This is just in case we have any kind of allergic reaction. Every venom's different. Everybody reacts differently to venom, so I want that on standby. Now I want to transfer this trap jaw ant into a little bit better container so we can get really good footage of it. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh man, they're fast when they want to be. Hear that click? Now we can see you. You know, it's not the biggest ant ever. I mean, it's certainly not a bullet ant, but the fact that it's rated one of the top 25 stings in the world, it must have pretty potent venom. Now that I'm able to get a closer look at this ant, I can really appreciate how truly bizarre it is. What an unusual creature. It has a super flattened head, almost like a football shape, very alien looking. Its head is so strange. Oh, and it's got like this spiked mouth part that it's sticking out, like a proboscis. I wonder if that's gonna be able to make the pain of the bite worse. Whoa, super unusual. And then it has these really long antennae, almost making it look like it has an extra set of legs. You can easily see how this animal could be mistaken for a spider if you didn't know what you were looking at. But I'm ready to get it out of the container and get a closer look at those jaws. I mean, the fastest appendages in the world. Here we go. This is actually gonna be really hard to get a good grip on this ant. As soon as I get the forceps close, they get really flighty. Let's see if I can put it on the table, stay up. Just don't want to go through the crap. See how fast it is? Gosh, it's so fast. Oh gosh. No, no, no. Oh, geez. Its jaw snapped so fast it popped it back. Oh no, we lost it. We lost it. Hang on. Okay, let's see if I can. Look at that. Here, get a shot of that. Look at that. Okay. Got it. I don't know for how long. This is very challenging to hold. This ant's exoskeleton is super tough and very slick. These forceps do not want to hold it, but look at that. You can definitely see that stinger going. Look at it fishing around. Let's talk about how we're going to rank the trap jaw ant on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. It's going to be ranked on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. So at the end of this video, we will combine all 3 of those factors rated from 1 to 10 into a final Brave Wilderness BSI, a Bite Sting Index for the trap jaw ant. In terms of intimidation, ants, you know, they're small, right? But they're also mighty. And for an ant with the fastest jaws, the fastest bite in the world, I am super intimidated right now. And I also know this is one of the top 25 stings in the world. Just that knowledge alone and seeing how fast those jaws can snap, where I can hear them like a pop, we're gonna get a good score right off the bat. The pain, we're gonna figure out just here in a second. As far as the aftermath goes, we're gonna monitor the bite and the sting for the next 2 days to see how bad the swelling, the itching, and all those damage effects are. Starting to get a little sweaty, the nerves are hitting. It's time to officially enter the bite and sting zone with the trap jaw ant. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, the stinger's in. You see that sting? Ah, oh yeah, that burns. Yeah, that stinger's stuck in there. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't take a good bite. Yet. Hang on, let's just give him. Okay, yeah, okay, got a bite. All right, I know what it feels like now. Okay, hang on.
You okay, Mark?
It's building. That burns really bad. So these stings have 3 distinct phases. One, when you first get hit, there's like an instant searing. Definitely feel the stinger go in and the immediate burn. But then the burning starts to build. That's really phase 2. And that's when it gets a little scary, because you don't know how high that flame is gonna rise. And then you see the redness and the swelling. You can even see the swelling that's starting to happen here in my wrist, and definitely the swelling around the sting. It looks like I got hit a couple of small stings. It was tucked up underneath. It hit me once up here, maybe once right there, but you can see where it did the most damage, right in the center of that sting. You can see there's a little bit of blood coming to the surface. I definitely took a good pop from the stinger. I intentionally took another bite at the end so I could test the bite, and I think we're ready. It's time to put the trap jaw ant on the bite sting index. Here we go. On intimidation, the trap jaw ant is super bizarre, but is quite small. That said, those snapping jaws do look capable of slicing through skin, and the popping sound it can make is very alarming. Also, I know firsthand just how bad an ant bite can be. It's also worth mentioning that helping its score is knowing that this is ranked as a top 25 sting in the world, which definitely put me on edge. All things considered, I give it a 5 out of 10 on intimidation. For pain, the sting proved to be worse than the bite. This ant's sting burned immediately, injecting my forearm with searing heat. At first, it was a similar feeling to the bullet ant, but not nearly as painful. As for the bite, it was just a very sharp pinch. In total, for pain, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. The aftermath of the trap jaw ant was painful, but manageable, leaving behind only mild swelling and redness 2 days later, and falling far short of the bone-crushing pain of the bullet ant. So for that, I only give it a 4.5 out of 10. All things combined, this ant ranks at a 5.3 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, because its snap turns out to be much louder than its bite. Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave. All right, last night, something completely unexpected happened. Right now, we're in Costa Rica filming the bullet ant sting versus the leafcutter ant bite showdown, which, by the way, ouch, it hasn't even been 24 hours since I endured the carnage that was 60 seconds of being stung by a bullet ant. I mean, I got annihilated.
I am still in excruciating pain right now. But here at our lodge, we saw something that we didn't even think existed. Let me ask you a question. What is worse than a bullet ant with one of the most painful stings in the world? The answer? A bullet ant that can fly. That's right, bullet ants have wings.
Mark, come here.
What is it?
Dude, there's a bug on the wall here. It looks like a bullet ant, but
Got a light?
it has wings on it.
You shine your light like right on it? What?
Dude, that is a bullet ant with wings.
It has wings.
No way.
Let me get a net. Let's see if I can. Got it.
Got it. There it is. Yeah, it's in the net.
Oh, it's getting away, it's getting away, it's getting away. Ah!
We go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, hang on. Holy cow. No way.
Did you know they could fly?
I didn't know they could have wings at all. Let's get a closer look at it. In all of our adventures into the rainforest, we have never seen anything like this. The Brave Wilderness channel has a long and painful history with the bullet ant, because these ants possess one of the most painful stings on the entire planet. And that's not just of all ants, of all insects. From a single jab to a full minute of being pumped with their legendary venom, we've experienced firsthand just how excruciating their sting can be. However, these insects won't sting unless provoked, and we've learned that from sticking our hand into a box full of them. As it turns out, they only sting to protect themselves and their underground colony from danger. But until this particular adventure, we had no idea that bullet ants could take to the sky. But now let's get to the question that I know you're all wondering. Sure, bullet ants have wings, but can they sting? Can a winged bullet ant sting with the power and might of the bullet ant that we all know so well? Well, that's what we're here today to find out. I am prepared to take yet another sting test to see if the winged bullet ant is something that we all need to be concerned of. But before we do that, let's take a side-by-side comparison of both of these ants. Colorations, proportions, they look nearly identical. I mean, maybe, and just maybe, the winged bullet ant is a little bit bigger. But outside of that, the only major difference that I can see is just behind the head. On the wingless bullet ant, you've got a couple of spikes, a couple of nodules right behind the head on that middle part. On the winged bullet ant, you have more of a hunch or a hump. I'm guessing that's where all the wing mechanics are contained that enable this ant to fly. But before we get to the sting, let's discuss why ants have wings in the first place. In order for ants to start a new colony, like bees, they have to swarm. This occurs when colonies start to produce offspring that have wings, which of course can be either male or female, with the females being future queens. When a future queen flies away from the colony, she's in search of a winged male from another, and hope that they can join forces in starting the next generation of bullet ants. After they mate, the male unfortunately dies, while the female sheds her wings and searches on the ground for a good spot to start her new brood. Once she starts her nest, her stinger actually turns into an ovipositor, which she uses to lay eggs. She then exclusively produces female worker ants until the colony grows large enough to need to expand again. It's these workers who are tasked with the digging of tunnels, caring for young, and defending the colony with their legendary sting. All this to say, it's only the female ants that have stingers. With that being said, I have about a 50-50 chance of actually taking another sting in this video. It's time to get down to business. It's time to find out if this flying bullet ant can sting. Here we go. Let's see if we can grab hold without it flying away. I know I say this all the time with ants, but it's unbelievable how strong they are. Oh, no, 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 don't fly, don't fly, don't fly. Oh, no. Angry. This bullet ant does not want to be in these forceps. Okay, I got a good hold. All right, here we go. Oh, I was afraid we're gonna lose our flying bullet ant. They have wings for a reason. Got that shot?
Got it.
All right, here we go. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a flying bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. I can't feel it. There's something in my oh yeah, stinger's in, stinger's in. Yep, it's a queen. Oh, do you see the stinger in there? Definitely a queen. Got a young queen. Definitely not a male.
What's that feel like?
Ah, burns. All right. Definitely not doing it for 60 seconds again. Yeah. Whew, man. Whew.
You all right, Mark?
Yeah. Huh. I tell you what, that burns, but not as bad, oddly enough. Definitely not as bad as yesterday. Let me put her back in the container. Thank you. Oh, man. Definitely a female, for sure. You could see there's already raised. I could feel the burning. There's already some raised, but not as bad. There's some marks there, but gonna have to give it a little bit to see if the venom really kicks in. I mean, clearly that's what the bullet ant looked like from yesterday. That is just over 24 hours. You can see just how swollen my arm is from yesterday, and it's hot and tight. It's almost like swelling up like a hot dog about to explode. But yeah, you can see right there, you see that? We definitely have some sting marks, but a much more mild venom, like significantly less painful. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Don't get me wrong, this isn't good, it's not enjoyable, but it is certainly not as painful as the bullet ant we all know. So I have to wonder, why would the flying bullet ant sting be less potent than that of a wingless bullet ant? And if I had to guess, it's because this is a young queen. They're both females, but this young queen is destined to eventually lay eggs, meaning that stinger is meant to actually evolve into a device to reproduce and create the next bullet ants. Where this bullet ant is only meant to defend. That means that stinger needs to inflict as much pain as possible.
Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave.
Deep in the mountains of Chile, there is an insect so rare and so elusive that its sting is completely undocumented by science. And that sting belongs to the panda ant. And today, we're going to try to make history by being the first to find this panda ant, capture it on video, and then of course I will take on the sting of the panda ant in a world's first. This is gonna be like looking for a fuzzy needle in a giant wilderness haystack. It's time to get searching. Now this won't be your average hike. Only a few panda ants have been found in the wild, so we're going to have to search this entire mountain range to even have a chance at finding one. Okay, this looks promising. This open area has a lot of sandy, loose material, which is perfect for the panda ant because it likes to make burrows, and it also allows us to cover a lot of ground fast. Covering ground. That is the name of the game when you're looking for very, very small creatures. The more ground your eyes can scan, the more likely it is you'll find what you're looking for. We're hearing water down below. In the desert, water is life. Let's try our luck in a different environment. Found the water. Ah, it looks so good. If you were ever stuck out here in the desert, this water would be absolutely life-saving and perfectly fine to drink running this fast. A little bouldering.
Just seeing water is a boost of energy. Oh, that feels so good. It's good that we're seeing these flowers. Panda ants feed on a diet predominantly of nectar. So these flowers, good indication we have a food source.
There's definitely more life down by this river. Finally feels like we're starting to close in on the panda ant.
Seeing these smaller wasps, that makes me feel really positive. I think the trail is heating up. I'm starting to see yellow jackets. Good sign for us right now. This is the insect watering hole. But look at that one. See that one that's chasing the others off? It's got like a panda-like abdomen. You seeing this? You seeing this? The male panda ants have wings. Let's keep moving. Have to be getting close. Oh, whoa, look at all these. Just got to this trail and there are all these burrows. I can't say whether or not these are definitively panda ant burrows, but they're the right size and right shape and in the right place.
Finally feels like we're starting to close in on the panda ant.
Panda ant right there. Woo! We got one! Holy, oh, we were literally just about to give up. It's not a big one, but that is a panda ant, baby. Let's go. Yes! Ah! Got one.
But our luck wouldn't end there. As we prepped our presentation and captured the first ever video of this fuzzy little panda, something even more incredible happened.
Got another one. Hold on. Get in there, go. They're so fast. So fast, this one's kind of small. Don't want to get stung. Not yet anyway. Yes, 2 panda ants. Holy cow. And this one really looks like a panda. Wow. Not 1, but 2 panda ants. This is such a rare opportunity to film this world famous creature. There is almost no footage of this species. In fact, this is likely the first 4K footage the world has seen of the panda ant, the world's smallest panda. The first thing I noticed about these creatures were their size. They are teeny tiny. Look at the little capsules that we had to bring with us for this presentation. But not only are they small, they are fast. I cannot believe we actually were able to get them into the containers. It's not likely that we're gonna be able to get very much B-roll of them walking around. All it would take is a small little hole or crack in the ground and they are poof, gone. They got their name, the panda ant, because of that black and white fuzzy exoskeleton, which of course I keep calling them an ant, but they are not an ant at all. They are a species of wasp. And the wingless ones are actually females. The males of this species have wings, but the females do not possess wings. But what they do possess is the largest stinger to body size ratio of any insect in the world. They're related to the cow killer found in the southern United States, another species famous for its massive stinger and painful sting. Both have fuzzy exoskeletons and are classified as velvet ants. However, unlike the cow killer, the effects of the panda ant venom are completely unknown. And with that, it's time to take a closer look at their defense mechanisms. They don't just look like pandas for our amusement. They've developed this coloration to ward off predators to say, hey, I pack a punch, I have a lot of defenses and you will regret it. Now let's talk about another defense mechanism. Let's bring the microphone in there real close. You hear that? That's called stridulation, which is a high frequency warning pitch that these insects are able to emit. And we're not just boosting the sound, this insect's actually noisy. I can hear it. Look at that. Swinging the abdomen already. Might get to see an appearance of that. Oh, that stinger's coming out. Compared to body size, that is a super long stinger. It will have no problem
popping a stinger through my skin. Now remember when I said earlier, this is probably the first 4K footage of a panda ant. Let me also tell you, this is about to be the first ever documented sting of this species. No one has taken the sting of the panda ant. Going into the sting zone with the panda ant is truly the great unknown. I have no idea what kind of reaction I'm going to have, so we brought a couple of emergency remedies. Of course, our satellite phone. If I go into any kind of anaphylactic shock, we will use this for emergency distress calls. In addition to that, I always bring a first aid trauma kit. And in this trauma kit, I always have an EpiPen. That's pretty much our only remedies if this sting gets really bad. For the first time ever, it's time to go flesh the stinger with the panda ant. That stinger is flying. That is a very big stinger. I would say the stinger is the entire length of the lower abdomen. All right, it is time. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the panda ant. Here we go to the great unknown of the world of stings. 1, 2, 3. Yep, stinger's in. Stinger's in. Oh, I dropped her. Where'd she go?
Oh, it's here.
Definitely stung me.
Maybe under the wall?
Yeah, let me see. They're so fast. And they blend in perfectly where she can't have gotten far. Look around.
Here, I'm gonna look over here.
All right, yeah. Keep looking, keep looking. Oh no! Oh! Well, unfortunately, I dropped the ant. She definitely gave me a sting before hightailing it out of here. We've got 2 distinct sting marks. I would say it's probably similar to that of a hornet, but luckily for us, we have one more ant. In fact, this is the one that looks most like a panda. So, it's time to see if the world's smallest panda packs a potent punch. Gotta get a good grip. I know it looks easy, but it is so hard to get a good grip on these tiny little panda ants. There we go. Okay, stinger's going. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, yeah, okay. Definitely took a really good sting and a bite. See this panda's jaws locked into me? I think this panda ant's bite is worse than its sting. Definitely getting little micro stings. This tiny panda ant just might not be big enough to deliver a full punch. Okay. Well, you can see here, I got 2 really good stings from the ant that got away. And then I probably have, I don't know, like a dozen little micro stings. I left it there for a while, but there was 1 or 2 really good ones. Oh my God, there it is. Got it. We just found the first panda ant. Wow, I cannot believe it. What am I supposed to do with you? You ran away, and now you're back. Should we try to get like another wallop? All right, well, gonna go for another sting. I don't know if I got a full one that first time around. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, got me. It's biting me. Ant stinging me. Got a good one there. Okay, yeah, all right. Really not a remarkable sting, even though we're getting a lot of redness and little micro swelling around those sting sites. This might have been the world's cutest sting. The sting of the tiny panda ant is no match for its growl. All right, let's let this little panda back into the wild. While the pain was manageable right after the sting, the secondary reaction roared back the next day, where I had redness, swelling, and a relentless itch. So while the panda ant might be cute, the sting of this tiny insect should definitely be avoided. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to search for the Brave Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our upcoming adventures.